What's going on, Minecraft fans? My name is ManArmsGaming, and in this video we're going to be playing 100 Days of Creative Minecraft. I haven't really played much Minecraft on the channel recently, and I felt that I should. I also felt that this would be a fun idea to do. This video is inspired by a man named Luke TheNotable. He's a really cool content creator and makes great videos. You should go subscribe to him if you aren't already. Also, if you like this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you like my other content. But I think this intro has gone on long enough. I played 100 Days of Creative Minecraft, and this is what happened. And here it is, Day 1. And like the first day of every Minecraft playthrough, I flew around the world, filling out the map before the end of the day. And after that, I built another portal, but not just any portal, one with gold, cause you gotta flex on them poor kids, I mean, what? And then I just did some landscaping until the end of the day. Day 2, I continued with the nether theme and installed a black stone floor on my house. And you gotta admit, that looks pretty good. Day 2 was also the day I started working on my house. I only got one side of it done, but it's still good progress. Day 3 was the day I actually finished the outline of my house. But of course, after completing the outline, I had to clear a lot of mountain inside the structure. But that's the frame of my house. And look at it. It's beautiful. But like I said, I got a lot of mountain to clear, so that's what I did for the rest of the day. We're missing Day 4, but we'll go straight to Day 5, where one of my friends, Darth Kylo, joined the world, and together we cleared this mountain. You guys don't even know how helpful Darth Kylo really was. If he wasn't here, I guarantee we would not have been able to clear the inside of this frame by Day 6. And the rest of the day was spent completing the frame with quartz. Yeah, I know, I could have just done a survival 100 days and did it legit, but I'm rich, I don't do my own mining. Day 7, Darth Kylo started to build, I don't know what even he was trying to build here, but like, you do you, man. I completed the exterior of the house Day 7 by adding in all the glass parts I needed, including some windows and a glass roof. I really like the windows because they kind of look like eyes. I was also thinking of having lava flow off the house, but like, look at that. Look at that. That does not look good. Day 8, after seeing what Darth Kylo built and remembering that I don't have a way into my house, I thought, hey, what if I made a train station? So yeah, I basically just mined through the ground and laid track for the next couple minutes. And now I can ride a train track from my house to the mountain without any issue. After completing that, I didn't know what to do, so I kept trying out this lava idea. Obviously, I didn't like it. But I actually thought of another place I could use it, so I started working on a netherwort fountain. Day 9, I decided to create a garden around the netherwort fountain. I thought it would look good with the whole nether aesthetic and lava placed on it with black glass. It looked very beautiful after I was done with it. And then the rest of the day I spent promoting myself on these signs, saying, yo, subscribe, notifications maybe, comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And then I also started working on the path that would lead to another project I was gonna do. You know, sometimes you build a bridge and you don't even know what's gonna go on the other side of the bridge, and in fact, you don't even know where the other side of the bridge is gonna end up. But I decided that at the end of this bridge I would build a beacon. The beacon itself was pretty easy to set up, just put a beacon on top of some emerald pyramids. But I didn't know what color I wanted it to be. I settled on black, but I'll figure out a better color later. Actually, I just realized that a rainbow-colored beacon would look a lot cooler. Of course, this is another idea stolen from Luke. Then I started thinking of things Luke has in his world, and he has an emerald perimeter around his house that marks where his beacon power is, so I decided, just for the fun of it, I'm gonna build a netherite perimeter. It doesn't really mark anything, but, you know, it's nice to look at. Unfortunately, you can't see the netherite most of the time because there's usually snow covering it. You may have seen all the phantoms. I don't go to sleep much in this world, so they spawn everywhere. Day 11, I also started working on an armor room, you know, for the fun of it. I don't know why, but a lot of my base in this world is made out of blocks from the nether. I tried to make a cool water entrance to the armor room, but just ended up destroying the garden, so I had to scrap that idea. I also added a golden iron outline to the beacon because why not? Then I was really bored, so I was flying around the compound thinking of what to do and thought, yeah, I should probably work on the inside of my house now. For whatever reason, I decided to make a library maze in my house. Hey, you guys ready to see me do this maze first try? I built it, so it should be pretty easy, plus I'm just a god at mazes and we're not going to talk about that. Day 13, I also built a bathroom. Who cares if I don't need to use it? It's a creative world, I can build whatever I want. Plus, if you're building a house, you should probably have a bathroom in it. The idea for every single thing I build in this world just comes to me at completely random times, and it's a completely random idea. Which is why I'm building a flower shop modeled off of a poppy. Of course, the actual shop will go underground, but I wanted to build this just so I could mark where the shop was. As for day 15, it was spent doing the interior design of the flower shop. There are lots of days where I just do one specific thing and nothing else. Day 15 is one of them. Day 16, I have done it. This is the inside frame. I know, right? So colorful. So mesmerizing. Who cares about the pandas? I need my bamboo to sell. And after a long day of work, I completed the inside of the flower shop. And then I had nothing to do, so I built a glorious glowstone subsign, visible from my front window. Day 17, I realized that I don't have a map of my main base, so I made one. Oh, that reminds me, did I show you guys the armor room? Pretty cool, right? Day 17, I also started working on my room in my house, and yes, before you ask, the table does need to be made out of gold. For some reason, whenever I build a house in my Minecraft worlds, I always need to make like a YouTube recording setup. I named it the $5,000 gaming PC I'm recording from right now, because that's funny to me. I also decided to make a squid chamber in the middle of my house, because I can do whatever I want. Why not just plant a tree as well? And build a dance floor! Anyway, you can't have an enormous LA mansion without naming the thing, so I named it the Man House, because why not? I also put a bunch of ManArmsGaming references all over the place. And then I had nothing to do, and I had a room, so I went to sleep. Day 20, I decided to place a villager in the flower shop, just to lighten up the atmosphere, you know, make it more alive. And then, yeah, we're not gonna talk about what I did the rest of the day. But what I did yesterday gave me the idea to build a giant barbecue grill, because why not? The justification for every weird thing I build in this world is why not, every time. After building that, I was a little bit bored, so I decided to travel around and found the village that I used in the opening intro, but it was completely deserted. And when I traveled back home, turns out there's a ruined nether portal right next to my base. Maybe I'll fix that up later. Day 22 started off by flying to a bunch of random villages and spawning iron golems everywhere. That way the villagers were slightly more safe. Then I decided to construct a railway system, so I started carving up some mountain. But I didn't use it for a railway station, but I did use it for something else. So day 23 was spent transforming the entire outside structure into something completely different, a giant smokestack. Wonder what I'm gonna use it for, huh? Oh, did I mention I put a black beacon behind my glowstone sub sign? It looks beautiful, doesn't it? And also, look at that. Doesn't that just look like an imposing structure? This is probably one of my favorite builds. Not necessarily because of what it looks like, but because of what's in it. I need to stop with the laughter. You know, this wouldn't be a ManArms gaming world if I didn't install an auto burn machine in it. But I just could not get it to work, man. I even tried doubling it up, you know, using a double chest and 2 dispensers, but it just didn't work out. Well, I mean, I guess if we can't admire things burning, we can admire the beautiful structure. Like I said, I wasn't able to get the machine to work on day 24, but day 25 I managed to do it. Remember, the repeaters, comparators, and redstone has to be on the same level as the hopper, not the chest. And then I did something horrible. So, to celebrate getting the auto burn machine up and running, I decided to burn a bunch of wandering trader eggs, because you know how we don't like wandering traders on this channel. But, you know when you put spawn eggs into a dispenser, then it actually spawns in the creature? Yeah, I forgot that detail. I put all the wandering trader eggs into the chest, causing them to hopper into the dispenser, causing wandering traders to spill out into the lava, creating a wandering trader burning chamber. Completely by accident. Yeah, I just decided to pretend it never happened. Actually, that's a lie. I went right back in there and finished the job. Oh, this is where day 25 ends. After the horrible events of day 25, day 26 was, as Luke TheNotable would call it, mental health day on the compound. I basically just looked at all the structures I built and also built a prismarine bridge because I could. And because I wanted access to that side of the ravine. Interestingly, I went to bed today. I don't really sleep much in my world, so I didn't notice this earlier, but a bunch of monsters always spawn in my house, despite all the lanterns I put down, so I decided to completely replace the quartz floor in my house with shroom lights, just because I'm sick of using glowstone, man. Hey, remember that random tree I placed? Well, it grew. And then I just spent the rest of the day standing at my $5,000 gaming PC. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was like pretending to record a video of Minecraft in Minecraft, or just me playing some game, but you know, you get lost in the world, man. Literally the only productive thing I did day 28 was building this bridge to the left of the main base. Like I said, there are a lot of days where I do just one thing. Day 28 is another one of them. So, I think day 29 is the first day I actually ran out of things to do. Basically, all I did was just went to the auto burn machine and burned a bunch of stuff, and then I just messed around in my house for the rest of the day. Day 30, I put my massive brain to use and found out a permanent solution to my boredom. I decided to make a sky rail. Yeah, sky rail. That way, if I'm ever bored, I can just minecart around, seeing everything I've built and admiring my work. And you know, I'd say it went pretty well. Anyway, I went to sleep today. Shocking. Here's a look at the base from high up. It's beautiful. I know. Actually, day 32 was the first day I went to the nether. Wow, look at this spawn. So amazing. I love spawning in basalt deltas with nothing useful nearby. Yeah, I basically did nothing today. Day 33, I decided to fight the wither. You know, get it out the way. So I blew this giant hole underneath my base so I'd have a place to fight the wither in. Now let me ask you a question. Who would win? Literal creative mode Minecraft God or the wither? I think the answer is pretty obvious. Wither didn't stand a chance. Killed it easy with the netherite sword. Got that nether star. Am I gonna use it? No, I can already get beacons, but you know, it's a trophy. There was only one other thing I did day 33, and it was this. And it was the most fun thing I've ever done in my life. Day 34, I just stacked the maximum amount of minecarts I could and then decided to break the structure. You know, you can't keep that forever. I want to have my sky rail running again. Whee! Day 35, I had already killed the wither, so I figured I'd try to find the ender dragon. Turns out the stronghold was right under this village. I ended up blowing up a lot of the stronghold. That's why I used splintered steel as my lighting source. But, you can tell I might have gone a bit too crazy with the TNT, considering my game crashed. But I managed to get back to the stronghold and blow even more of it up. I'm pretty lucky that end portal blocks cannot be blown up. Finally found the end portal on day 36. It's insane that this took so long, but you know, strongholds are big. And the Ender Dragon fight was a complete one-sided beatdown. I mean, what did you expect? I literally cannot die, and I can fly wherever I want. There was no way he was gonna win this. Now all I gotta do is get the dragon egg using a piston, and oh god! Definitely did not get a replacement dragon egg. Also, apparently my sky rail was too powerful for Minecraft because the game crashed again. Logged back onto the world! I love my game crashing randomly. And the rest of day 36 was spent changing up the interior of the burn chamber, and it looks a lot better now. Here's the finished interior of the burn chamber. Damn, that looks good. Yeah, showing you the finished interior of the burn chamber was really the only important thing to happen on day 37. The rest of the day I just cleared some land. On day 38 I did even more landscaping. Noticed that the disco floor in my house was a bit broken, so I had to fix that real quick. Nobody noticed. I also changed up the light in my room. I figured I should have some different color lights. You know, for variety. Day 39, I woke up to the beautiful sight and sounds of phantoms dying a miserable death. I actually didn't know what to make with all this land I cleared out, so I just decided one of my friends would get to build whatever he wants on it. Later that day, I took one of my friends on a tour of the world. After that, I went back into the end to do... Actually, what was I doing? Anyway, I had to leave the end because my friend had just finished building his monumental structure and wanted to show it to me. And here is what he built, a beautiful sub button. Now, since I had already had the signs and then I had the glowstone sign, I thought a third sub sign would just be too much. So I'm putting it up to you guys whether that sub sign stays in the world or if I destroy it at the beginning of 200 days. Comment if you want that thing to stay, or if you want it to go. After he showed me his build, he had the bright idea of resurrecting the Ender Dragon so we can kill it again, together, because bonding. We decided to blow up the Ender Dragon this time around, instead of just fighting him normally. I assure you there's a completely reasonable explanation for all this. Okay, no there isn't. We're blowing up the end. I don't know why, but hey, if you haven't blown up the end in Minecraft, can you truly call yourself a gamer? Alright, all the TNT has been placed. Now it's time. The moment of truth. Let's blow up the end! Whoa. This is, pretty laggy. To tell you the truth, I don't even know what happened. I'm pretty sure this TNT is still exploding to this day. Day 42 was the day I began clearing the land and beginning construction on my beautiful museum. Eventually, I planned to have this building hold every single painting in Minecraft, but before that, I gotta deal with this roofing situation. Roofing complete, and oh look, some chickens have moved in. This isn't a pretty big build, so I wanted to get it done by the end of the day, meaning I had to do these sides fast. This whole build consists of quartz because you can never have enough quartz. Quartz is awesome. I also really liked how the colored windows on my house looked like eyes, so I decided to replicate it here. And the rest of the day was spent doing the interior design of the building, including the floors, decorations, and, of course, paintings. And on day 44, I finished adding in all the paintings. Unfortunately for me, all the paintings constantly despawn. I don't know why. All the work I did today was for nothing. Day 45, I decided I should have a chest in my room where some of my valuables go. Like the Nether Star. That way I can easily go there and get them whenever I need them. Day 45, I also started working on a place for a cartographer. That way I can go to the different locations like a woodland mansion and an ocean monument. This is his building. This is where he's gonna stay. Trapped here. Forever. I mean, what? Of course, I ran into a couple problems during construction, but you know what? It's nothing a bit of hard work and being in creative mode can't fix. Anyway, like I said, the guy's totally gonna be here of his own volition. Don't ask why there are iron doors. Day 46, I decided to spruce up the interior of this building. I also added a desk, some lanterns, some paintings. All in all, I like it. I eventually got a cartographer, then traded with him until I could get what I wanted, an ocean monument map and a woodland mansion map. I also decided to name the villager. Of course, I can't actually use a name tag on him, so I just used a sign. I named him Ted. Ted the cartographer. Yesterday I bought a woodland mansion map from Ted, so day 47 I went about actually going to the mansion. Why? To burn it down. This is inspired by LTN's 2K Days video where he accidentally burned down a woodland mansion, but here I'm doing it on purpose. Wow, watching this woodland mansion burn was actually a lot more boring than I expected it to be, and a lot of it's actually still intact somehow. Yeah, the woodland mansion was basically done burning by day 48. Probably should have poured lava over it instead. After going to the mansion, I then decided to go over to the ocean monument. There wasn't anything specific I wanted to do here, but I just wanted to check it out. Well, if you're at a place and you have nothing to do, you can always ransack it. While I was there, I also found one of the Elder Guardians. He looked like he was pretty bored, so I helped him out. I even named him. I named him... Yeah, I'm not funny. He looks like he's having fun in his new freedom. While flying back to my house, I noticed a radar tower. So what else do you do with a radar tower than build a wall around it? Enjoy your new life, trapped in isolation forever. Yeah, not gonna lie, I basically did nothing today. Whenever that happens, it's a blessing because that means I don't have to do a lot of editing to it. And as for day 50, basically all I did today was some landscaping, including changing up the marker of where I fought the Wither and replacing some blocks with grass. Day 51, I began working on what would be the most time-consuming project in the world so far. But for now, it starts with the stone path to behind the museum. I decided to build the structure here because not only would it require a lot of land that I didn't have near my house, but there was also a nice patch of non-grass behind the museum which I could use. And by the end of the day, the path was coming together. Finished up the stone section of the path before sunset on day 52, and then during the night I filled out the mountain area so I could flatten it out and make it look neater. Day 53, I did a bit more landscaping in order to make the area I was building in look as neat as possible. I also added a fence in. Why? Mind your own business. Alright, now that I'm done with the layout of this area, you're probably wondering what's gonna go in it. And the answer? A village. Yes, in this area, I plan to construct a village with houses, villagers, and everything, not with the usual boring houses, with houses of my own design that I made. Starting with this house, which is designed to look like a normal villager house, but with some interesting add-ons, like a glass ceiling. And to be honest, I just put whatever I wanted in these houses, whatever I could fit in these houses would go in there. Day 54, I also started working on the layout for another building, a library. I don't know why, I just wanted one. The library is probably the most interesting build in this village because it doesn't look like a house or a normal building at all. Also, it's a very small area, so I had to fit as many library-like things in it as possible. You know, I put like a desk with a lectern in case somebody wanted to check out a book. It was nice. The roofing situation with this building was a bit weird because the stairs sometimes didn't line up how I wanted it, but I eventually figured out a solution. Yeah, days 55 and 56 were the days where I just added typical library stuff to the library, including a bedroom for the librarian to sleep in. After that, I basically just flew around the world, looking at things I had built. Day 57, I started working on another house, because what else is there to build in a village? Oh, you know you gotta have that glass roof installed. Sometimes it was a bit hard to keep these houses lit at night, so I ended up going for a lantern under the bed design. It worked. There are a bunch of different recordings of Day 58, and I don't want to have to deal with that, but basically, I made a house for a farmer. Day 59, I built a stripped birch white terracotta house mixed with a spruce roof and black glass windows. I didn't have to specify all the building materials I used, but I did. I put a fletching table in this house to imply that it was a Fletcher's house. I don't know why I did, I just felt like this was the kind of house a Fletcher would live in. Then I spent the rest of the day placing down paths, killing mobs, and getting a good view of my land. Day 60, with the left side of the path used up, I figured it was a good time to get back to work on the right side. I was gonna use stone stairs for the roof, but then I realized that birch stairs worked better. And I also put a bunch of emeralds in item frames, because I can do whatever I want. I also added a glowstone outline to the stone path, that way I could prevent monsters from spawning in the village. Day 61, I decided to make a house for a stone cutter right next to the new house. And not gonna lie, I think I killed it. Other than that, I basically just checked out all the houses I had built over these last couple of days. Day 62, I was very bored, so I constructed a large tree in the village, and then went to sleep. Day 63, I did some decorations to the village, including adding some flowers and a campfire. I also flew around, and looked at my giant barbecue grill. Yeah. Oh, I also installed doors to the village. Day 64, I built another house in the village. You know, I love this village because all the houses are different in some way. You hear that? Mojang, add some variety to your village! After I was done with that house, I outlined the entire village in glowstone. That way it would be harder for monsters to spawn in. I'm really concerned for the safety of these villagers. I want to make sure they're safe. Day 65, I knew I only had room for one more house, and that this would be the last day of construction. So I decided to create a house for a fisherman, because I thought that would be an interesting house to put here. And with this last lantern placed, the village is finally complete. Except that one little spot right there feels empty. I decided to place a beacon there to mark this town and symbolize its grand opening. It also inspired the name of this town, which is a reference I will explain in the tour video. Day 66 was the day I actually spawned villagers into this village. Interestingly, cats actually spawn in this area, so I think this actually counts as a real village. Then at night, I went to visit the ocean monument. You know, just stalling for time until my brain manages to think of a good idea that I can build. On this visit, I actually found the second Elder Guardian, and keeping up with the silly name scheme of these things, I named it MLG Meme Machine. Oh, and the trapped raiders are doing well, if anybody wanted to know. Day 67, all I did was go spelunking for no reason, and outlined the sub button with glowstone for no reason. Oh, I also got this beautiful shot of my base so far, because I wanted to. Day 68 was the day I constructed the Hill of Subscribers. The diamond sign represents how many subs I had on day 68, and I plan to update this sign every 100 days. However, even though I love my subscribers, thank you for helping me and this channel come this far. Even you gotta admit, this is a pretty lazy use of this area, so I'm leaving it up to you guys. Does this sign stay, or go? Let me know in the comments down below. Day 69, for whatever reason, I decided to construct a water slide. I thought it would be a cool idea, but it did not turn out how I would want it to be, and day 70 didn't help at all. I think I'm probably gonna get rid of this one day. Day 71, for whatever reason, I decided to try to find the ocean monument by myself, without the help of a map. I didn't, but I found a desert temple, and look at that insane clutch, I was about to blow this whole thing up. But you know, although I found it, the temple didn't have anything I wanted. And now will come a moment in my life that might be memed for all time. Let me just play the clip. So, I died. That's, humiliating. So I just used a map to find the ocean monument. You know, I'm beginning to think a creative 100 days is actually a social experiment on the human psyche. Because sometimes you'll get Luke, who does a bunch of redstone and tries to learn about Minecraft. And then you'll get me, who builds a wandering trader torture chamber. Social experiment or not, a wandering trader torture chamber was what I started to build on day 72. On days 73 and 74, I added a, interesting feature to the wandering trader torture chamber. You know, just in case I ever get sick of the wandering trader, I can just break some glass and, well, you'll probably know what happens next. Day 75, I added 2 netherrack towers to the top of my house. It's modern art that symbolizes the pain I go through recording this video. Then, I was just thinking of what to do, so I decided to clear out some area to the left of my house. And then this creeper gave me an idea of what to do here. So I imprisoned Luke's wife. If you haven't watched his video, you don't get the reference. The reason I actually imprisoned a creeper is because I wanted to make the statue look as realistic as possible. I didn't just want it to be a blob of one color. But because I used a bunch of different colors and not just one color, it actually took a lot longer than one day, so I couldn't complete it all on day 76, and I had to take a break day on day 77. So on day 77, I was just strolling through a nether fortress and actually found some golden horse armor in a chest, which gave me the idea to spawn a horse in my world. Don't know why I haven't done that yet. So I spawned in a horse, slapped a saddle and gold horse armor on him, and named him S-Tier. I plan on giving my pets in this world kinda weird names. Day 78 was the day I started working on a house for S-Tier. I basically got the main frame done today, and I built it next to the flower shop because that's where I had room. I wanted to keep the inside of the house very simple. I added some wheat in case S-Tier got hungry, I added some chests for storage, I added some paintings, because every good house has paintings, and I added some item frames for his saddle and his horse armor. And the rest of the day was spent working on the creeper statue, taking occasional moments to sit my controller down, go to my bed, and cry in pain. Doing some more work on the Taurus statue day 80, and I managed to complete the first side today. After completing the front side, I had to lay in the rest of the frame for the creeper statue. I'll fill in all the blocks some later day. Believe it or not, trying to keep the face side of the creeper as accurate as possible was so tiring that I was considering just leaving the rest of the statue like this. But after thinking about it on day 81, I started adding in the rest of the different creeper colors on day 82, but to my own personal liking because I can't follow the actual creeper anymore, man, or else I'll go crazy. And after a hard day's work, I completed the Taurus statue. It's beautiful. Just like her, I mean, what? Luke, that was a joke. I'm not trying to steal your wife. Just wanted to clarify that. I decided to start off day 83 with a shower. You know, I got a big day today. I gotta freshen up. Actually, that's a lie. All I did today was some landscaping and adding some glowstone to the wandering trader chamber. Day 84, all I did was add another quartz railway station right next to the one that leads to my house. Where it's going, I don't know yet, but eventually I'll figure it out. Day 85, I wanted to see what would happen if a respawn anchor was used in the overworld. Oh, evidently that. Today I also started landscaping for a build that I don't really have a name for yet, so I'm just gonna call it the Great Tree. The plan for the Great Tree is it's gonna be an artificially made tree surrounded by water in an island, and I'm gonna have a bunch of smaller trees on the outskirts of it, and it's gonna look great, and that's the plan. I think we should have a montage of me building this. Yep, and that's the Great Tree done. Just gotta wait for all the saplings to grow, and that's it. Day 89, I witnessed an epic fight between a witch and an iron golem. I even participated a little bit. And yeah, that's it. Day 90, I tried to construct a conduit in my base, but had to take it down due to zoning laws. Then I expanded the waterfall near the Wandering Trader Chamber, but I don't really like how it turned out. Then I started constructing a box made of emerald blocks, gold blocks, diamond blocks, and iron blocks, but spoiler alert, I end up not liking that either. Yeah, I know it looks alright, but there's probably a better use for this area. What that is, I don't know yet. I'll think about it later. Day 92, I decided to take S tier out for a walk. You know, give him some exercise. And explore the world. Hey look, it's that desert temple from day 71. While we were on our travels, I found some dogs, so I tamed one and named it Please Don't Die. You know, I really want to get it back to the compound so I can have a dog. Luckily, we did make it back to the base safely, so now I have a dog. I guess I gotta build it a home. And building Please Don't Die a home is exactly what I did on day 93. I also built a railway system which I'm going to use to connect the doghouse to the station left of my main station that goes to my house. Construction on the railroad that leads to the doghouse was a bit complicated, but it's nothing that hard work and being creative mode can't fix. Also, something that I love about my railroads, you can tell when you're underground or outside based on whether the surrounding tunnel is made out of quartz or just random stuff. Luckily, I completed the train system on day 94, so on day 95 I could actually get Please Don't Die into the house and start working on it. I placed down a jukebox, some paintings, everything necessary to a dog's survival. And I also put a food dispenser. Day 96, I was just admiring my lands when all of a sudden I noticed a naturally spawning pink sheep. These are very rare, and according to, I think, the Minecraft wiki or whatever I searched it up on, these things have a 0.164% chance of spawning. So I trapped it and got a name tag to name it 0.164%, but it despawned. So I built a monument to the sheep. We will remember it forever. Oh, I also let Tors the Creeper out of her cage today and let her roam free, although I don't like these guys she's associating with. Sorry, honey, it had to be done. Dang it, I should have named the zombie LTN before I killed him. For legal reasons, the previous statement was used for comedic effect, and I do not have any intention to kill Luke TheNotable. Day 97 was a day of rest and relaxation. I even went for a swim on my water slide. You can tell why I want to get rid of this thing, right? Early in the morning, I realized if I have a dog, why not have a cat in my world as well? So on day 98, I built a house for my cat, modeled after a cat post, or something the cat scratch. I don't know, man. I don't know much about cats. I also spawned in the cat, tamed it, and named it Eater of the Fish Army, because the only good place for the fish army to be is on my plate. Day 99, you might wonder what sort of grand idea I have for the day before the end. And the answer? Nothing. I really just cleared some land for where some signs will go, and I just looked at my world. That's really all I did. If you're wondering what those signs are about, well, this field was originally going to be called the Field of Haikus, where after every 100 days, I felt like writing something about it, and I thought a haiku would be cool. But after doing editing and researching, I actually learned that what I wrote here is not a haiku. I believe it's actually called a sendryu. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's not the Field of Haiku, it's the Field of Sendryus. Or, I really don't know how to pronounce it. Also, if you're wondering what Tors is doing at the bottom of this ravine, I honestly have no clue, I just found her here. But let Operation Rescue Tors commence. I decided to use a railway to get her back to safety. It seemed like it would be the safest and most effective route of getting her back to the creeper statue. But construction of the railway actually fed into day 101, so for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to add in a bit of day 101 to this video. And on day 101, I constructed a little chamber in her statue for Tors to be in, and I also finished constructing the train track that will lead her there. Wow, that looks like a fun ride, doesn't it? But, come on guys, between you and me, you know she's better off in her emerald chamber than in a watery hole with Elbaton. Anyway, it's 100 days, gotta stop recording this video, see you later, bye. Well, that was certainly a crazy experience for me to record and a crazier experience for me to edit. I kind of edited like the last 21 days all in one day. I did like a giant edit grind and I did not know where that came out from, but somehow I did it, man. And you know what? I'm proud. I'm proud of what I've done here. Hopefully you like these little shots of my world here, and hopefully you want to see me go to 200 days. Like the video, share it, and subscribe if you do. Make sure the notifications are on. See you later. Bye. Oh, by the way, guys, just very quickly, gotta defend myself from anyone who says otherwise. I did not steal this idea from Luke TheNotable. His created Minecraft video came out May 15th, 2021. I was done recording this video by March 14th of this year. I was just really lazy editing it and putting it out, you know?